Have you ever stopped long enough to think about the true meaning of Christmas? If you go out to one of the shopping malls during this season of the year, if you look at all the hustle and bustle and heavy traffic brought on by the Yuletide season, and if you listen to much of the music being played on the radio, you just might get a distorted version of this sacred season. You might get the idea that Christmas is all about jingle bells, chestnuts roasting on an open fire, and a shiny-nosed reindeer by the name of Rudolph. But let me set the record straight. Christmas has nothing to do with these items and these practices which I have mentioned. Well, you're asking, what's it all about? If Christmas is not about riding in a one-horse open sleigh, if it's not about Jack Frost nipping at your nose or poor Rudolph being denied the right to participate in reindeer games because of a cosmetic difference, what is it? What's it all about? What is the true meaning of Christmas? I'll tell you what it is. The true meaning of Christmas is found in John 3:16. Let me tell you something. If you had never heard of the Virgin Mary, if you had never heard of her husband Joseph, if you had never heard of the wise men or the shepherds watching their flock by night and the angelic host praising God and saying glory to God in the highest, if you had never heard of any of the persons, and if you had never heard of any of the practices which I mentioned, if you had read John 3:16, you would have the Christmas story in its entirety. You see, in this verse, we have first the identity of the one who gave the first Christmas gift. That was God. Next, we have the motivating force behind the giving of this gift. That was love, for God so loved. Next, we have the object of that love, and that was the world, for God so loved the world. Next, we have what God did to express that love. He gave, for God so loved the world that he gave. Next, we have the identity of the gift which he gave. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, Jesus Christ, the first Christmas gift. Next, we have the deal which he offered to all mankind. He said to us that if we would just believe in the gift, we would not only escape hell, but that we would be rewarded with everlasting life in heaven. That's the Christmas story in its entirety. And what a beautiful story it is. For God, that omnipotent deity who stood out on the edge of nowhere and spoke somewhere into existence. God, that omniscient and omnipresent creator who with one giant scoop of his hand hollowed out the valleys and piled up the mountains. Yes, that great God so loved all mankind that he decided he wanted to express that love. To do so, he gave us Jesus. I said Jesus, the best gift heaven had to offer. He gave us Jesus, the blind man's sight. Jesus, the drowning man's lifeboat. Yes, he gave us his only begotten Son. And then he offered us a deal which no one in his right mind can refuse. If we will just believe in his precious gift, we will bypass hell and end up in heaven. That's what Christmas is all about. That's the story in its entirety. The greatest theological minds throughout the world of Christendom cannot improve upon the Christmas story as it is told in those 25 words which comprise John 3:16. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish, but have everlasting life.